2, 1.
Good evening. So I am going to take on week 3, um, module 2, the video talk 2 in regard to hypnosis. So these are all my notes, and I'm going to scroll down. So I broke it down into 4 parts: complexities, troubling ideas, argument, what else can be said in its place, um, and whether I disagree or agree. So the question was whether I believe that hypnosis is able to um, work on multiple personality disorder. So my complexities would be that I don't know enough about the subject of hypnosis or multiple personality disorder or psychoanalysis to make an informed statement or decision to believe or not believe that hypnosis could fix it, treat it, um, get rid of it. Um, so that's the complexity. The troubling ideas for me, in critically thinking about it and analyzing it, that there are multiple forms of personality disorder, and there are also many forms of hypnosis. So thinking about that, I'm just not too sure whether one or whatever form of hypnosis that my friend is stating is going to be able to treat all these different forms of multiple personality disorder. Another troubling idea would be, or a complexity also, it could be in that category, that there's no concrete data that my friend is alluding to in regard to multiple personality disorder. Um, uh, and there's not even a percent or a specific percent to the number of cases that hypnosis for multiple personality disorder has worked to cure or worked well with. So there's no data being provided to me. It's just this statement. So I definitely still need to think further into it, look deeper, look at a couple of different layers. Um, so then I move on to my next portion, which would be argument, or what else can be said in its place. So something else that could come up as an argument inside of this or create um, more thought for me if I'm attempting to think critically and not just inherit in this opinion that my friend is providing me with, maybe from something she or he might have read, is that another argument could be that multiple personality disorder in a is more likely in one specific gender than in another, and maybe that one specific gender takes well to hypnosis and one does not. It could also be the same for age. Maybe hypnosis works in those females who are older, or males who are older, or children who are female. So there are too many different um, I guess, categories that you can put this whole thing into to say whether hypnosis would be able to work, yes or no, if I was thinking critically. The results of also another argument, or what else can be said in this place, is the results of hypnosis can also vary based upon various trauma. So maybe hypnosis cannot work on those who have been traumatized as far as maybe sexual abuse when they were younger. There are several forms of trauma. Um, Maybe they might have just whatever the trauma is that has happened in the person's life that is creating this multiple personality disorder. Maybe hypnosis cannot reach far enough into where that person is to make any type of um, to fix it or to heal it or to attempt to cure it. Um, so if I agree or disagree, I do not want to just inherit an opinion. So I have to trust in myself that I'm able to reason and that I'm able to use my prior knowledge to come to a conclusion, um, thinking critically, analyzing critically. And I would not be able to take this statement as face value because I do not subscribe to inherited opinions. And this would be an inherited opinion because I don't know where my friend might have gotten this information. And I want to definitely be sure. So unfortunately, I would not be going with this person's statement or opinion of hypnosis. I do want to bring in just a couple of points from the reading. So Elder and Richard 1998. It is important to think critically, or critically thinking is working hard to build muscles of the mind. I love this point because and I'm going to use this in my middle school classroom. It is important to use your critical thinking skills and build them as muscles of the mind, or I think he spoke of it as traits of the mind, and how they work interdependently. Um, so they all work together in order to allow you to flex this big muscle of critical thinking, analysis, deep analysis. Another point that I'd like to put in would be from Magno 2010. Metacognition is the ability to use knowledge to direct and improve thinking skills. So when you're thinking deeply and when you're actively involved in your thinking and using everything around you, your prior knowledge, information, whatever is there to pull from, um, that's your ability to use that you're using your ability to use knowledge to direct and improve your thinking skills. And I think that I definitely did that when I was considering hypnosis. um, Scriven and Paul, 1987. What I took from that was critical thinking varies according to the motivation underlying it. So if I was not motivated, or if I didn't care about the subject of hypnosis and multiple personality disorder, I might not be motivated to think critically. This is really important to me because it allows me to think back to my eighth graders or any student. Um, I think they're going to get out when they're asked to think critically what they put into it. So if they're not motivated, they might not be their end result from critically analyzing something might not be the best. So that's important to remember. And my final point from, I think this was the video that this was the episode 1 um, on critical thinking, is that critical thinking requires intentional thinking and judiciousness. I absolutely love that. I think I'm going to make that a quote for my first day of, I'm such a nerd. My first day of back to school. Judiciousness. What a great word. It requires intentional thinking, to be active in the moment of thinking about something, to be thinking actively. I love that. And I think I did think actively in trying to figure out whether I would believe that hypnosis is a cure for multiple personality disorder. The final point that I'd like to bring up is again from the episode 1.1. Without critical thinking, you are left open to inherit opinions. And I think I stated that several times through my analysis of, or through my response. Um, Inherited opinions. I think they happen daily when you're listening to a radio station or when you're hearing someone speak about politics. And it's important to uh, definitely have your own opinion, um, but you should base it on your ability to use the traits of the mind and think critically. Thank you.